Hi everyone. So I noticed why on a human body from head to toe, why body fat is up here on top of the brain. Because if you consider a septic tank and the water level, oil always floats to the top. Heavies, gases, when we fart, they go down, right? So most of the fat content is inside our brains, like in here, in our head. As a matter of fact, I was reading a book about whales, and it stated that there is 500 gallons of oil inside a whale's brain. And we all know that, like, because I've gone gold panning before, so I understand that the vibration back and forth over time it creates layers, and the lighter material, the lights, the fine stuff goes to the top, and the very very heavy stuff goes to the bottom. The same is true for furnace refineries. The heavy stuff goes to the bottom, and they've even gone so far to experiment and study the different levels of classifications. So if they need one particular type of metal or mineral, all they have to do is set it at one temperature and put a bunch of material in there. And whatever can't withstand that temperature will float to the top. It's that simple. And anything that's not of that gets extracted, classified. So I was just thinking about that right now. And that's how it is when like I was even thinking about people get acid reflux. So that oil, excess oil, it obviously floats. And then it gets um, modernized controlling that. But I've also learned that gas, because I'm helping my friend build his house, and he has a propane tank, and that type of gas or air molecules are actually, it's a gas, so it's actually lighter than air, so it drops below oxygen. Then we know there's helium, like a balloon that goes above. Helium goes up when someone fills a balloon up, floats up to the sky, right? So we see it's kind of like a fucking bubble at the bottom of water or soda, and then it floats up. So it's visible to us. To us. It's not invisible. It's there, but we just can't see it. That doesn't mean that it's not there. So anyway, I think that's why humans have a lot of the oil content up here, the fat, because our brain is made up of like 90% fat or more, so it's awesome science. And also, salt goes to the bottom of fresh water. So when we urinate, it doesn't just have purified water or, regular water. It's actually mixed up with French fry salt from French fries, because they add a lot of sodium, a lot of salts. And which makes me also point the fact that too much salt, too much sodium can make us age fast, rapidly, quickly. And I think that's what the gods want to do to us. They want to fuck us over because they just want to fuck whoever they fucking want to while they eat the fruit of the land. But that's besides the point. But think about it though. Where there is a high concentrated dosage of sodium, nothing grows. There is no life. So when people get fucking cancer, when people get sick, you gotta ask yourself why. The salt is actually dehydrating our system, our body. And if you look it up on Google or in the internet, how people cause concrete to harden much faster, quickly, rapidly, they actually add sodium so it could dry up very, very rapidly. And then also, it's true for slowing down the curing process or procedure. So they introduce or add in the mixture sugar. And sugar, which is carbohydrates, 100% carbohydrates in raw form element, will prolong the curing process. So sugar basically it it dries up really fast. Like the water just dissipates. It disappears. It dissipates. It doesn't just disappear. It dissipates. Sugar, it retains that water, which means that it holds it, it retains it for a longer period of time, and then it gradually, eventually evaporates, or allows the water to evaporate over time. But the sugar does it rapidly. It's like a magnet. It just wants to get it away from. It wants to get the water away from it. And also, it is true in the ocean, the bottom of the ocean, that there is a fresh water floats up to the top. So you guys can Google that as well. Fresh water, there's a thin layer at the very top of the ocean is all fresh water. Below that, there's salt water. And then below that, there's more concentrated, rich salt, sodium. And if you guys don't believe me, look it up online. It's all there. So it's all science. And it's fascinating because I was just thinking about all that. And I was thinking about the human body. And the same layers are within the human body, which I find fascinating. So I just wanted to talk about that and share that with everyone. You know, especially for people that are studying the body, and maybe, you know, this type of stuff can be more like clarified clearly, more effectively, more on the like educational standpoint or whatever. So people can really have like a fuller scope of what I was talking about. But I mean, I could really get into everything and get into more involved, but I don't see the point unless someone really asks me or would like me to entertain that thought much more for whatever reason, whatever the outcome. But this is just my thoughts. And you know, of course, from information that was gathered over time, you know, I didn't just like, you know, read an article or newspaper or magazine. Just over time. My brain just keeps on thinking. It almost feels like I'm going to get like a headache, a migraine or something. But, you know, like, to me, it's not a gift. My wisdom or knowledge or whatever, it's not a gift. It's more like a curse, you know, because and at the same time, I'm doing this so I could fucking make money, you know? But I'm not. But at the same time, I have to understand that no one has money. So it is what it is. But fuck, like, there's so many rich people out there, and it surprises me how, like, no one wants to help me. No one wants to fucking support me. It's tragic. But fucking here it is, 15 minutes later. 15 minutes strong.